Welcome to Poul's Kitchen. I'm here with Chef Amy.
Hi.
And Chef Alex.
Hi.
So today we're going to make a quick video. I say quick, but it's really not going to be quick. It took a lot of time, a lot of effort. And this is our baked ziti. I promised Amy this for her birthday. Unfortunately, we just got the ingredients, so we're pretty easily. Not a big deal, right?
No.
And this is going to be Amy's birthday meal. Alex and I spent hours in the kitchen today getting this prepped and ready. Amy, please take a bite and let me know what you think. How good is it?
Really good.
So this is our big ziti. I'm really excited for you guys to try this out. If you like this, great, let me know. Amy wants to hear it. So please hit the like, share, subscribe button, and we'll talk to you later. Poul's Kitchen. This is Chef Paul. With me today is Chef Alex.
Hello.
I'm really happy you're here. I'm about to make one of my favorite dishes, one of my wife's favorite dishes. She'd love to be here right now. She technically is, but she worked a graveyard shift last night, so she's in bed sleeping. So by the time she wakes up, we'll have this all done and ready. So please hit that like, share, subscribe button. I'm really excited. What about you, Alex?
I am too.
This is going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be great. So we're making baked ziti. Now, we're going to do this in multiple steps. You can do pretty much everything if you have a big wok, but I actually want to use this pan for pretty much everything. So what I'm doing is I'm making noodles. Now, the recipe calls for baked ziti noodles. However, it's not that easy to get, if you can at all. I have never seen them before. So I'm going to tell you it's not impossible to get, but you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm going to use penne noodles instead. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a pot of water and we're going to put this right up to boiling. So I'm actually going to put this on max. Then once it's boiling, I'm going to put it down to medium and put the noodles in. Now, my noodles say 9 to 10 minutes. Your noodles are going to be different. So what you want to do is you want to cook them per the directions of the package. Don't do what I'm doing. Read the directions, do exactly what it tells you to do, and it'll come out better. When you're done, drain them. I'm going to use a colander.
But don't rinse them.
But don't rinse them. I'm going to tell you why. If you rinse them, you're going to take the starch out. That starch is actually really, really important. And what that's going to do, it's going to help the sauce stick to the noodles, and that's really important. So we want to do that. So again, please don't drain that, or don't rinse it. Just leave it as is. When you're done, take this out, put it on a plate, just leave it there. We'll get back to this later. So when my noodles are cooked, I'm going to come back and we'll start the next step. So we'll be back. Welcome back. So our noodles are cooked. So like I said, we're just going to take them out and put them in a colander. And of course we got a few that stick, not a big deal. I'm going to use the same pot to make the rest of it, so not a big deal that way.
Yeah, some stick it's okay.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Just going to take a fork. Now you can taste this if you want. It's going to be a little hot, not a big deal, and this is actually perfect. So I'm going to start this preheating 350 degrees because this is not going to be a long process at all. I'm going to put some oil in here. Now I got some ground beef here. I'm going to put that in there. Just going to actually run to the bathroom so I'll please take a look at that.
And that's going to be mixed with this sausage right here. Here's the noodles. And here's the marinara sauce.
Here we go. Alright, so we're just going to continuously break this down. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take one whole large onion, or maybe you're going to use two. We love onions here, so believe me, we use quite a bit of them.
One onion seems like it's probably enough. But if you want to use more, you can.
Oh, definitely. Now, when you're cooking this down, you want to make sure you're cooking it down so that the meat's not one solid brick. We're not making hamburgers. This is going to be a sauce. This is the basis to our sauce. Now, I've used my vegetables this onion has been gone through a food processor, so it's pretty fine. Now, if you don't have a food processor, that's fine. Just cut it up really, really thin. Doesn't take too long to start cooking once you get that part.
You want to make sure you really dice it.
Yeah, and you want to really mix it in too.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to have like one side completely onion and the other side complete beef. Because when you start making your actual casserole dish, you want to make sure that you're getting equal bites, because nobody really wants to have a whole thing of onion on there. It's not going to taste good. In fact, it's going to taste really bad. So this is a whole garlic, not just one clove, but the whole piece of garlic, or a thing of garlic. I'm going to mix this really good here. You want to make sure that you're really paying very close attention, because this can start burning really quick and we don't need this. And for what it's worth, even if it's mostly cooked, that's fine, because this is going into the oven soon. This process is not going to take very long.
And same with the noodles. If those aren't cooked all the way, that's all right, because they're also going in the oven.
Yeah, everything's going to be going into the oven in a very short manner, so it's not a big deal. Now this is optional. I got a bottle of roasted peppers. I'm going to use that. You don't have to. No one's going to say that you didn't make this right or you left something out. It's just a little bit of additives. Roasted peppers very much is a Italian thing, as far as I'm aware anyways. It'll give things a little bit more color for the meantime. But we want to make sure that everything is cooking and mixed in well. And everything's breaking down. And as this meat cooks, you're going to notice that, yeah, it's breaking down pretty good. Doesn't really take too long to cook either. Now, if you go on the website, www.poulskitchen, P-O-U-L-S kitchen.com, there's a recipe in here for this. By the time you watch this, hopefully it's posted on there too. But there's also a recipe for the marinara sauce as well. So, please go in and check that out. It's really, really good. Very proud of it. To me, this turned out amazing. It's one of those recipes I'm pretty sure you're going to want to make, and you're going to want to make a lot of. It's not necessarily the cheapest, because there's some ingredients that just aren't cheap and there's nothing to do about it. Parmesan cheese, it's not cheap. Ricotta cheese is also not cheap. It is what it is. But if you find, they had a sale on it and that's your basis, or you don't mind spending a little bit of money, hey, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Now, this is starting to cook down pretty good. I'm noticing it's mostly cooked, so I'm pretty happy with this. So I've got 5 cups of marinara. Like I said, I've got a recipe online for this already. Where am I going to shove this for now? I got to do dishes, but I also need space for this as well. Oh, wait a minute. Almost forgot. I got some Italian sausages that need to be cooked. So this is going to be a little, not a big deal. We still got this. So we're already at 350 degrees, but we're not quite ready to go there yet. So I'm going to put the rest of my marinara sauce in there, and we're just going to finish cooking this all up here. We're going to mix this in really good. And I think I'm going to probably put half in there, put half the noodles in there, mix it up and do that. Because I don't think this pot's quite big enough to do exactly what I wanted to do. And believe it or not, this is a really big pot. So I'm going to leave this sit here for a few minutes, and we're going to come back. When this is done, then we're going to come back and we'll go to the rest of the video. So we'll be back soon. Welcome back. So we're ready to proceed, and things are looking good. So number one, we're going to take this off the heat now. And I got to find right here. We're going to give it a nice little stir here. Of course, this is not the thing I wanted to use, but oh well. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a spoonful here, and I'm just going to spread this out here. You might need 2, not a big deal. You can use whatever you want, right? And you want to do this, and the reason is this will help alleviate you needing to grease your pan. You want to try to use as less grease as you humanly possibly have to, because, well, I mean, grease is not good for you, right?
No, it's not.
So I got ricotta cheese, and I'm going to try to dump as much as in here. Wants to be a little bit of a pain, not a big deal. It's totally off the heat now. And from this point, it's only going to take a few minutes to start. It's not a big deal. You know what? I'll probably save this and use this for something else. So now what we want to do is we want to give this a quick stir. Ricotta cheese is great, but you don't necessarily want a whole mouthful and then start eating the rest, and there's no ricotta in yours. So make sure you mix this really good. Alright, so now that's done. Now what I want to do is I want to take half the noodles, And they've been off the heat for a little while, but you know what? They're still pretty hot. Okay, so we got that here. So this is going to be the fun part. We want half the meat sauce in here without making too much of a mess. And unfortunately, me and mess are two things that love each other, so. You want to make sure that since I have this on the stove itself, that I'm staying away as much as I can from the other burner because it's still really hot because it just got taken out. So I'm going to take this over here. My kitchen isn't necessarily the largest, so I want to make sure that we're giving ourselves room for it. So you want to make sure we're mixing the sauce with the noodles really, really good, because you know you want nice even taste, and you don't want to bite into a noodle that's kind of not. Okay, so that's done. So now we want to separate want to pack this nice in here. How does this look, Alex?
Looks really good.
All right, so now we need some cheese. So this is some pre-grated Parmesan. It's not like the stuff you buy in the cheese aisle that's been pre-grated. That's like kind of crap cheese anyways. This is real legitimate Italian cheese. So you want to make sure that this is actually leftover cheese I had from like a week ago, so.
Let's say it's still good.
Oh yeah, definitely still good. But it's all, that's why I'm using all of it, because.
Yeah.
So now this is mozzarella. This is from a block, so I mean it's been grated already.
And if you do get mozzarella, make sure that you buy the blocks and grate yourself. Try to avoid buying pre-grated mozzarella.
Yeah, it's just not as good. All right, so here we go. We're almost done here, guys. So I'm going to take the rest of this here. So I'm going to take a minute and make sure I break this up, because the last thing we need or want is to have sticky noodles. Sticky noodles is no fun, and it just makes a mess. Though some people, like my wife, kind of like a mess. She's not awake right now, so she doesn't know that what we're talking about. So, make sure we give this a good little mix. Still got lots more sauce left, so I mean, if we need more, then. I think this should be just fine. Oh yeah, this is great. No problem with having too much. The problem is when you don't have enough. I can make a second batch, even if it is relatively small. Not a big deal. All right, so now I don't want to go too crazy here because this is getting pretty full. And I don't need a mess. Alright, so is all going to melt in here. Gotta be careful with cooking with too much Parmesan. This is a treat. Don't cook with this every day because you're going to have some serious issues if you do. Meaning it's Parmesan is very salty, so it's not necessarily the healthiest thing in the world.
It's very high in sodium.
It is. So don't be.
Most cheese is high in sodium, but especially Parmesan.
This is kind of a late birthday meal that Amy wanted, that I didn't have half of what I needed for it, so I couldn't make it on time for her, so this is why she's getting it. I don't object to it because, quite frankly, I really like it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a baking tray and put this on the baking tray on here, and the reason why, if something bubbles out or something, then at least it's going to bubble out on this.
Yeah, the tray will catch it.
Yeah, so it makes it easier. So we're going to put this in here for 20 minutes. So, timer, 20 minutes. Unlike lasagna, we don't need to wrap this in tinfoil. So that will be good that way. So when this is done, we'll be back and you'll be able to see a little more. Welcome back. So this is it. So please hit the like, share, subscribe button. It really does a lot of good for us. It really helps us. We need that so we can get more exposure, so we can get our message across. So we're looking here. We've got, this is done. You can add a lot more cheese if you want. You don't need as much. There's a lot of cheese in here. 3 types of cheese. Our noodles, our meat sauce. This is going to be really good when Amy wakes up, which is going to be a little while longer yet. She's going to love this. I've already got another one in the oven right now, so it's going to be a mini version, not as good, but it's there. So when she wakes up, we'll start to have a little bit of a meal. She does have to work again tonight, but at least when she goes to work tonight, she's going to have a killer meal. I really think so, and I'm really hoping she agrees with me. I hope she likes this. But what do you guys think? What do you think, Alex?
I think it looks really good.
Absolutely. The only other thing I might do with this when you chop this up, maybe make a little bit of garlic bread, maybe put a little pepper on there.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Really don't need to do a whole lot more. Guys, I really hope you like this. Please, if you try this, let me know. Let me know any questions, what have you. You guys have a great day, and thanks for coming in.